Quick question I want to ask you guys. Where do you see yourself exactly 10 years from now? What do you see yourself doing? Where do you see yourself living? What do you see yourself driving? Right? What type of person are you with? If you're in a relationship or not? Do you see yourself married? Do you see yourself with kids? Where do you see yourself? Right? Do you see yourself having a family? I mean, that's for some people. Other people, it's not. What do you see for your life? And the reason I ask you this question is because I want you to hold yourself accountable, right? For hitting your goals, whatever those goals may be. Okay? And something that I've advocated for the longest time is something called grand strategy that I've done myself, right? Is where you kind of place yourself on your deathbed. Like say you're in your 80s or 90s, right? You're on your deathbed. Look, and imagine yourself being on your deathbed, looking back on the legacy you've left behind, the memories you've created, the adventures you've had. What do you see your life looking like, looking backwards, as if it were a movie and you were watching it in reverse, right? Because that is what you would want to strategize towards achieving, right? Like every day, every minute of your life, you should be strategizing towards achieving those goals and trying to hit those marks. Are you going to hit them exactly? Are you going to become exactly as you envisioned? Probably not. I mean, that's very, very difficult. Even when I've tried to do that, I've gotten pretty close, and I'm happy with that, right? I'm happy with that. I didn't get it exactly how I imagined I would get it, but I'm happy with how close I got, right? Because obviously you want to create goals that are up here, but still realistic, right? Still realistic, or within the realm of realism. But then you also don't want to create these goals that are easily achievable. You want to create goals that are just a little bit out of your range so that it makes you try harder. It's kind of like when you're losing weight, and say you want to lose 10 pounds. You kind of want to give yourself a goal of 13 to 15 pounds instead. That way you will hit the 10 pounds, right? As opposed to what most people do is they're like, I want to lose 10 pounds, and then they get to about 7 or 8, and then they can't lose those last 2 pounds, right? They start taking their foot off the gas a little bit, and then they can't get there. So you kind of want to do the same thing with your goals. You want to make them a little bit more out of, you just kind of want to swing for the fences a little bit more, right? That way you'll at least get on base and then some, right? So really ask yourself, where do you see yourself in 10 years? And looking back 10 years ago, how far have you come? And it doesn't, have to just be like financially. Like say you didn't do that well financially. How far have you come as a person? Are you more mature? Do you have more integrity? Are you more honest? Do you have more character? Are you a better speaker? Are you a more effective communicator? I mean, these are things that I definitely look back on, which is easy for me because I've been on YouTube for over 10 years. And I look back at my content from 10 years ago and I'm like, ee. But I leave it up there. Right? And, just to hold myself accountable because I want to keep getting better. And maybe 10 years from now, I'll look back and go, ugh, but that's okay. I mean, it's all part of the progress, right? It's all part of my little timeline here. It's all part of just getting better. And as long as I see myself growing and trying and progressing, I'm happy with that, right? Sure that you'll always, I'm a Virgo, so I beat up on myself a lot. I don't know, Virgos do this. If you're a Virgo, you probably understand what I'm saying. We're very critical of ourselves and others, right? Which kind of makes me a good coach because I really push my students as I push myself, right? And I've pushed family members too. I mean, even to the point where they've gotten angry with me for pushing them so hard, and then calling them crybabies when they complain about it or whine about it, and to man up, cowboy up, and all this other stuff. But yeah, ask yourself where you see yourself in 10 years. What do you see yourself doing? Where do you see yourself working? Do you see yourself at the same job? Do you see yourself leaving that job for a different career? Do you see yourself with a business? Do you see yourself, you know, like just in a totally different career? Where do you see yourself? If you're not happy with where you are now, what do you want to change over the next decade? Okay. Where do you see yourself in the year 2035? These are questions I really want you to ask yourself, because I want you to grow. I want you to get better, you know. And if I had a son, I would hold him to the same fire. I would hold his feet to the fire too and say, son, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Where do you see yourself in 10 years? Just to give him some sort of roadmap to, you know, to aspire towards, right? So he has some sort of direction in life. Because, you know, it's sad because I see a lot of parents fail to do this. I see a lot of parents who just kind of let their kids do whatever they want. And that is definitely not the type of parent I would be. I would expect more out of my child. I would expect, I would not tolerate victimhood from my child. I would not tolerate whining, crybaby nonsense. I would say, what's the problem? What's going on here? Is this life and death? No? Then why are you crying? You know, did you lose somebody? No? Okay, what are you crying about? Why is this worth crying over? You know, and I think even like in our own community in the manosphere, I think some of these guys set a bad example. The ones who, I've already mentioned, like guys who constantly attack other channels and, you know, just play this grab ass online. I think that sets a bad example for other men, because those are the people who usually engage in type of like cattiness are women, right? So I would be like, yeah, are you a woman or something? Why are you engaging in this? Be a man, be a leader. Leaders don't do stuff like this, right? Followers do. Pussies do, you know, sissies do, but not leaders, not grown men. So yeah, I mean, there would probably be a lot of pressure on my son. So I don't know, maybe this is why God didn't gift me with like a human child and only animal children. But yeah, I would not put up with the, you know, the victimhood. It's insane to me that so many parents do. And also I would not be able to be a good parent these days, because you can't hit your kid anymore, right? I mean, sometimes you do have to smack your kid around, and you can't do that anymore. I'm not advocating for that. I'm just saying, hypothetically, right? I grew up in a time where parents hit us, right? Belted us. Those times are gone, unfortunately, and you see how this is played out in society, right? You see these kids that are now grown adults acting like the biggest spoiled brats in the world, and they could be like 40 years old still acting like a spoiled brat. That's what happens, you know, when you tell your kid you're wonderful their whole lives, and you're special no matter what you do, you're special. I would be telling my kid, no, you're not special unless you do something that's special, right? Sorry. And I would also be honest with him and go, yeah, some people are more talented than others, some people are smarter than others, maybe you're not, but you do with what you have, right? I think I'm very average as far as intelligence goes. I don't think I'm very smart. I don't think I'm very dumb. I'm kind of like somewhere I'm average, right? But I'm okay with that. And I just look for avenues where I can excel. What am I good at, right? What could I excel at? I don't want to sit here and play the violin. Oh my gosh, I'm not Elon Musk. No, I'm me. I'm Matt Cross. There's other things I'm good at. How can I excel at that? How can I make a career out of this? How can I be better? You know, those are the lessons I would teach my child. But not to get off track. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? Right? What do you see yourself doing? What do you see yourself looking like? Do you see yourself in better shape? Do you see yourself more fit? Do you see yourself with a better diet? If you're not happy in your relationship, do you see yourself with a better woman? All right. So, yeah, ask yourself these questions, because it's going to be an interesting next decade, right? And I want to make sure that you guys are where you want to be 10 years from now. Okay, you're exactly where you want to be a decade from now. And like I said, don't, you know, going back to the whole Virgo thing, we're perfectionists, right? Sometimes we just put too much pressure on ourselves, which is not, sometimes it's good, but sometimes it's not, you know, because you get frustrated when you don't hit the mark exactly the way you imagine, but you have to be okay with that. You know, I didn't get to where I am exactly the way I thought I would, but it was pretty close, and it's close enough. I've learned to embrace it. I'm like, it's close enough for me, because I didn't even think I'd get this far. So I'm happy, and I'm going to be grateful. And that's another thing, is gratitude. I've taught you guys over and over, like, always be thankful, always be grateful. There's always something to be grateful about, even if you're piss poor broke like I was 10 years ago, living in your 92 Jeep Cherokee Laredo like I was 10 years ago with cash and gizmo when I first moved out to LA. And you know what? I was just thankful. I was thankful that I had my health. Cash and Gizmo are still young, and I still watch some of those videos. I've been watching a lot of them the last few months after Cash passed. It just, man, it's so hard to watch sometimes. And I look at that, and I didn't have the money back then or anything like that. The business wasn't where it is now, but I was happy. They were happy. We're just happy to be together, you know, and I'm so grateful for those times. I'm so thankful. And even in those videos, I was talking about how grateful and thankful I am. No matter what happens, I'm like, I'm just grateful and thankful. We're here, right? And we're healthy, you know? So you have to be thankful. I mean, now look, right? I could afford all the stuff I want, and I don't have cash anymore. So you have to be thankful for what you have during the times you have it, no matter what it is, right? Even if you're not where you want to be right now, you have to be thankful for what you have. And if you've got your health, you've got 2 hands, 2 feet, you could walk, you're not in a wheelchair or anything, be thankful for that. And if you happen to be in a wheelchair, you got eyesight, you're not deaf, be thankful for that, right? Always something to be thankful for. So no matter what happens over the next 10 years, be thankful, right? Have gratitude. And that's something that is really, really missing in society today. And that is the root cause of so many people's unhappiness, is not being grateful or thankful, right? All the people I see out there angry and just not happy, miserable, on antidepressants, because they're not thankful. So, as always, drop your comments below, and I'll see you in the next one. So I'm going to wrap up here. Until next time, this is Matt Cross from AlphaMaleSecrets, signing out from my garage with my DeLorean over here in the background. Beautiful car. Don't forget to smash that like button below. Go ahead and smash it right now. Also, hit that notification bell right next to it. Why? So that you get notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video here on the YouTube. Okay, so hit the notification bell as well. Otherwise, you will not be notified when I upload brand new coaching videos fresh to my channel. So make sure you're notified as well. And also, please make sure you're subscribed to my channel. Helps me out a ton with the YouTube algorithm. So make sure you subscribe as well. Okay, because it helps not just the channel out, but it helps out other men. Because the more people who subscribe to the channel, the more men we reach, right? And God knows men need this type of knowledge. Right? And for you guys who want to support my work and all of this red pill, gold pill, and platinum pill content that I am teaching you even further, the best way to do that is by becoming a premium subscriber of my premium AlphaMaleSecrets channel, which I am hosting on a private platform away from YouTube. And the reason I'm doing that is to protect my content from YouTube in the event they try to shut us down one day, right? All of my premium AlphaMaleSecrets lessons will be protected. Why? Because I'm paying for this platform and it's encrypted. So nobody can take us down, right? It's a private encrypted platform where all of my AlphaMaleSecrets coaching videos will remain forever. So, if you want to support my work, that's the best way to do it, by becoming a premium subscriber of my premium AlphaMaleSecrets channel. And right now it's only $1 for the entire first month of premium AlphaMaleSecrets content from me. And it's real easy to sign up. All you need to do is click that link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. It just takes 2 seconds. So do that now, and I will see you in my next coaching video.